Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Brandon Lester Fishing. If you've been around very long, watch my channel, you know I'm real big on staying back off of crappie and casting to them. It's what I like to do. It's what I do majority of the time. But what I want to show you guys today is that there are certain situations and certain times when vertical jigging is the way to go when it comes to getting crappie to bite. Sometimes it's kind of the only way to get them to bite. And I ran across a little situation here a few minutes ago, and you're fixing to see it here in this video, where the only way I could get these fish to bite was sitting right on top of them and dropping it right on their head. So stick around, let's catch a few. I'll try to teach you a little something. Y'all stay tuned. School of crappie right here. No idea what size they are. We're fixing to see if we can find out. There's one. Had to vertical jig them. It's a nice fish too. I may have figured out how to get on the bite though. Big crappie. You saw my gun, you. I knew I seen them in there. That's a pretty one too. I just, golly, look at all the mud mice trolling mud right now. Drop down in there. I'm just gonna try to vertical jig them and see if I can get them to bite. Sometimes they want you to just hold that little jig right in front of their face. There he is. I told you. Wow, that's crazy. If you ever find them stacked on a place like they are right there, and I'll show you a better shot of that here in a second, and you can't get them to bite, before you leave, always try getting right over the top of them. I'm talking kind of quiet right now. It's not because there's boats around, it's because these fish are only in 10 feet of water. And it's dead slick calm out here. So I'm trying to be as quiet as I possibly can. I don't want these fish to hear me move in the boat. I don't want them to hear me talking. I don't want them to hear anything. Golly, there they are right there. I'm gonna clean this screen off right here for y'all. Then we're gonna get on top of these fish. Whatever that is they're sitting in, y'all see them sitting right down in there? It's like they're sitting down in it, and I can't hardly get them to come up out of it. So I'm having to get over the top of them in vertical jigging. Pitch it right out in there. Let it go down. Hold it right in their face just like that. That's the way they want it. That's how they want it. That's how we'll give it to them. They are stacked in there like cordwood too. Another nice one. Try to throw him back here. Y'all look at the fish in there. Holy cow. We're gonna go right back down in there. Just like that. What I'll do, I'll just barely lift up on it. And I'll let it fall. And I'll always be watching that line when you're letting it fall like that. is. Another nice one. Only way I can get them to bite. Sit right on top of them. And I mean, I'm using a little bitty jig head right there. It's the only way I can catch them, y'all. This particular piece of structure, I'm pretty sure it's a big laydown log under the water. And it comes up real high. I mean, it comes up to within 2 feet of the surface. So these fish are sitting real tight to it, and they're sitting under like an overhang in there. So it's hard for me to fish it and sit back and cast to them and present the bait the way I need to. So the only way that I've found that I can do it right and get them to bite, ooh, get it, boy, is by vertical jigging them. And sometimes I'm telling you, that's the only way to get them to bite. I mean, it just is. Ooh, well, that one come out there and knocked the fire out of it. Thump. Just a little bitty keeper. Let's see one. There we go. That's a nice one. Pretty fish right there. You can't complain about that. Pretty black crappie. Gosh, there's so many of them in there, guys. Y'all look at that. So many crappie in there. And the only way I can get them to bite is by sitting right on top of them. I had to go to that little bitty trout magnet. That's a mermaid color. This jig head right here is the one you guys have been seeing in my last few videos. It's a prototype jig head that I'm working on that'll be coming out on the market right after the first of the year is when we're planning on launching it. That head right there, we're calling it a 1/32 ounce. It's actually a little bit lighter than a 1/32. It's got a number 10 mustad sickle hook in it. I've got it tied with a loop knot. As you can see, that's very, very important. Anytime you're crappie fishing, in my opinion, but especially when you're vertical jigging, that's utmost importance. I've got that tied off to 4-pound vicious 100% fluorocarbon. I've got about 6 feet of it on there for my leader. My main line is 7-pound vicious panfish braid. I'm using the 6.6 right now, medium light, 1-piece mustad detector rod, moderate fast action. I swap it up between the 6.6 and the 7'2", but these are great little rods. Everything will be linked in the description of the video, just like I always do. What happened here today, the reason why I'm being so quiet, trying to be so stealthy and everything, this morning when I first got here, the wind was blowing. I mean, it was blowing probably 15 miles per hour. And I noticed on the weather app this morning, it said, I didn't look at the hourly, I just looked at the daily forecast, and it said that the winds were going to be light and variable. Well, I got down here this morning, I was like, well, the weatherman's full of crap again, imagine that. But actually, it is very much light and variable right now. It just took it a little time to get there. So these crappie are kind of, it's slicked off. It was cloudy this morning, so these crappie are kind of in a negative mood right now. If you fish much, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just kind of like one of those post-frontal negative moods that they get in. So what happened, I pulled up to this spot and cast a crappie magnet through there a few times. Got a couple to just barely follow it, but they would never even think about biting it. And I could see a huge school of fish sitting down in there. So I immediately did what I always do. I downsized. If I ever run across a school of crappie that won't bite, that's the first thing I'm going to do is downsize my bait. Downsize to the trout magnet and get right over the top of their head, and I immediately catch one. And that's how I've caught every single one of these right here that I've caught. And there's another good one right there. That's the only way I can get them to bite. Sometimes that's what it takes. They can't stand it. They just gotta have it. And there's some pretty black crappie too. Really pretty black crappie. There he is too. I got him. I got me one of them. He ain't as big as I thought he was, but he's got several buddies down there. Got him on the crappie magnet. There's a couple of them down there that are big ones. All right, y'all, I'm gonna call it a day. It was fun. I caught several. I just wanted to show a different way. I've never done much vertical jigging on my channel, but like I talked about in the video, it's something that I never leave a school of crappie that I can sit there and see them stacked up, just wadded up, a big school of them. I never leave them without getting right on top of them and dropping right on their head, because sometimes you can go ahead and get a few of those fish to bite. So give that a try. Hope you learned a little something. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't. I would certainly appreciate it. Helps the channel grow and helps me want to get my butt back out here and make some more videos. But appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time right here. Brandon Lester Fishing.